There are many myths about Jesus. In these programs, we're exploring the facts behind the myths. The Sea of Galilee. Capernaum, a small town on the North Shore. According to the Bible, this is where Jesus' follower Peter lived, and Jesus made his base here. A myth that's often told is that the Bible's accounts of Jesus were written long after he lived, in distant lands, by people who didn't know anything about the places they wrote about. Today, most scholars agree that the Bible's accounts were written between 30 and 60 years after the events they describe, within living memory of Jesus. Of course, this was in the days before the internet, even before printed books. If the writers were hundreds of miles away in another country, they wouldn't have known about the places in the land. So how much did they know about the places they wrote about? Many of the places described in the Bible are real places, like Capernaum. This white limestone synagogue in Capernaum dates from several hundred years after Jesus lived. But as you can see, it sits on the footings of an older building made of black basalt. And this is the synagogue where Jesus taught. The Bible describes Jesus going round Galilee, which was a small area in the north of the country. It mentions villages and small towns like Bethsaida here on the northeast shore of the Sea of Galilee. Bethsaida was rediscovered in 1987, and archaeologists have been digging it up since 1990. Or Chorazin, in the hills above the northern coast of Galilee. Archaeologists have been digging here since 1962. These are small places that would have been unknown outside the land, except to people who'd lived there. Of course, Jesus also spent time in Jerusalem. And here, too, archaeologists have discovered the sites described in the Bible. Like the Pool of Béthesda, just inside the walls of the old city where Jesus healed a lame man. 700 years before Jesus, the Assyrians attacked Jerusalem. King Hezekiah built a tunnel to bring water into the city. That tunnel ended here at the Pool of Siloé. The Bible records how Jesus healed a blind man by putting mud on his eyes and telling him to wash it off in this pool. In 2004, when city workers were replacing a sewer, they accidentally uncovered the remains of the pool. The myth is that the Bible writers don't know anything about the places they wrote about. The fact is that Capernaum, Bethsaida, Chorazin, and in Jerusalem the Pool of Béthesda and the Pool of Siloé are all real places, which archaeologists have dug up and which you can visit today. Of course, this doesn't prove that the Bible's accounts are true, but it does show that they're based on testimony of people who knew firsthand about the places where these things happened. Next time, we'll look at the evidence that the Bible's accounts are talking about real people.